Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I love? Patreon.com/inkdependence, where patrons get access to a patron-only Discord, ad-free videos, and the joy of knowing they help support this channel. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and today I have a couple of things to show you for the DC Pen Show in 2025, which is coming up very soon. This will be a brief video, but I just got this box in the mail from Papier Plume just in time. I am leaving tomorrow morning for the Pen Show. This is going to be a quick one, but Papier Plume, thank you very much for sending this stuff out. I always love seeing what Papier Plume has got up their sleeve, and they've always got cool inks and things. Inks and things, this has a bottle of ink in it, so go find Papier Plume in New Orleans if you're ever visiting there. They are in the French Quarter. I want to get to their store one of these days. I think it would be great fun. But, stop in there and tell them I said hi, or check them out online. Link down there in the description. At their table at the DC Pen Show, you will be able to find this ink, which is called Blossoms on the Potomac. It is a really pretty lavender color here. Maybe a lilac? I don't know. Lavender, lilac. It's in there somewhere. And it has... Interestingly, I think those are cherry blossoms, which I think of as being more pink than purple, but either way, this is very pretty. And also, as you can see, it is a shimmer ink. I'm not actually sure whether this is a straight up silver shimmer or if it has some other colors in it. I did rip the label. I did that. That didn't come that way. But it's a really pretty label nonetheless. 30 ml bottles with this little wax dip on top and the wax seal up here. I did break the wax seal when I was unscrewing it to do this. Where's my little swatch of this ink? Now, I thought this was probably a multi-chrome sort of shimmer, maybe a, what do you call it? I don't know, multi-chrome kind of shimmer, holographic maybe, but I'm not really sure. It might just be silver and the purple tones are throwing me off. It's kind of hard to say, but I could swear I see some other tones in that shimmer. Either way, it looks really pretty. I like this purple ink. It's a nice kind of light, flowery purple. Looks very cool. Maybe kind of lavender, maybe a little lilac. I can't really make up my mind, but probably lavender, given what I'm about to show you next. But you can find this at their table for 15 bucks or on their website at papierplume.com on Monday the 4th of August. After they get back from DC, they will put the remaining bottles up on the website. So hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on one if you want one. This is a really pretty ink. I think it's very cool. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but Papier Plume's inks are always very nice. So check that out when you get a chance. The other thing that they sent was this, and this is a flower-scented wax seal set. Now, they had said they were going to be doing some scented wax seals, or scented waxes, rather, when I saw them at the Chicago Pen Show, but I don't think they had them there. Maybe they did, but I don't remember. And this is pretty cool. I like a scented wax. I don't like a scented ink very much, but a scented wax, way up my alley. There are 3 of these, and they come in Magnolia, Lavender, and Hibiscus. Magnolia, Lavender, and Hibiscus scents. And as soon as I picked this one up, I was like, oh man, that is definitely Magnolia. We have a lot of Magnolia trees here in North Carolina, and it is a scent that I have always loved. My grandmother had big Magnolia trees in her yard in Alabama, and I've always been jealous of people who have enough yard to have a giant Magnolia. We also have them at my university, and I just love the smell. They are so good. I used to grow lavender. I haven't in a little while. Mine died off eventually, but also smells very authentic. And then hibiscus is a very kind of gentle scent that I'm not used to. My hibiscus I don't think really have much of a scent, but this one smells very nice. It's kind of the 3 together have been hanging out in this box over here, so you get a little bit of each when you smell them, but together, I just kind of keep sniffing them. Sorry for the sniffs, but man, it smells really good. I'm gonna go ahead and do some melting of these and try out these wax seals, which look like this. These matching wax seals, we have here a hibiscus, a nice little red handle. We have here a magnolia with this white handle. These are giant blooms, and then here the purple one is lavender. So I'm gonna do some wax melting and smoosh all of these in their respective colors, and we'll see what those look like. All right, so this is how I use wax seals. There are lots of different ways to do this, but this is mine. I use an alcohol lamp, but it's actually full of paraffin oil, which Patrick from Papier Plume advised me was the way better way to do this. After I was like, oh man, alcohol is really burning up my wicks and it smokes like crazy. He's like, oh yeah, don't use that. Use paraffin oil. This is what they use in menorahs and lots of other uses, but it is a really good thing for this. Also, I really like this little electric lighter. My sister got me this little Zappity lighter that's rechargeable. Really fun. All right, you can kind of try and bring the wick down a little bit so it's not massive. All right, let's go ahead and play with some fire, eh? I just sort of hold it near the flame. I don't try to hold it like in the flame necessarily, although it might kiss it a little bit. But you don't want to get in there too much, or you actually can light your wax on fire, and that's very exciting. Not really that big a deal, but it does make your wax a little bit sooty. And you can just like several drops here. You can also use like a small spoon and a tea light. There's lots of different ways to melt wax, but it's just kind of the way I've always really liked doing it. It may not be the most efficient, but darn it, it is really fun, and I think it looks nice when I do it this way. So this is the way I do it. And I kind of spread it around like this. Spread it out just a little bit so it's not super thick. And try to guess about how big the seal is. And I kind of moosh it on there like that. And then just give it a little bit of time. Put this off to the side. There we go. It's a very nice looking seal. All right, next, let's do this red one. There's a little bit of guesswork about where the first drop's going to land, but after that, it's pretty easy. Also, if you do get a little bit of soot in your wax strips, it's not a big deal. When you moosh it around, it'll kind of like mix those in. You won't see it too much. I am seeing some in this red, I think, but it's getting way better as it goes. Also, I think like sometimes just my red waxes tend to have a little bit of soot in them. I'm not really sure why. It's a thing about red wax, maybe. Okay, that should be good. Never really counted the drops. I just kind of guess. Just kind of eyeball it. It's always gone pretty okay. Like that. Really nice impression. And if you are doing a whole bunch of different seals, like in a row, perhaps, you can put your wax seals like on like a little cup of ice or something. I've done that before. I just kind of let them sit in a shot glass and just dab them off real quick before I set them down on the wax. Oh, this is gonna be interesting because it's white. I don't think I've actually used a white one before. It's a very pearly white. Oh, it started burning the paper a little bit there. We're gonna be careful about that. And not have a disaster. I like to add a character to my desk, but not a fire if I can help it. We'll spread the wax out over the burn. Nobody will even know that I did that except for y'all. Right, these smell fantastic. So let's just kind of moosh it around there. And just like that. All right, put this out. You just suck that back in there and cap it off, and boom, you're done. And it is all safe once more. My little scorch mark. Whoops. Don't do that. All right. So this is what these look like when you have made impressions out of them. Minus my little oops scorch mark there. Be careful not to do that. That's what I was saying. Be careful not to let your wax catch on fire. And then I looked away. Be safe with fire, kids. But these are really nice impressions. These look great. And if you look at the top of this bottle here, you'll see there's a little bit of silver on there. You can get little pots of silver, like a silver paste that you can go over the top with, or you can use like a silver Sharpie or a paint marker or something like that, and just go very lightly over the top so you only hit the tops of the wax there and you don't get it on the seal, on the base of the seal. Another thing you can do is if you have, they make little stamp pads for this, and you can just sort of dab it on there, and it's usually a metallic color, and then use the seal, and then it will put the paste down on the bottom and not in the impression itself, so you have a little bit of contrast between the subject and the background. I was able to find my Sharpie, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. This is how that looks. There you go, not bad. My Sharpie's getting a little bit on the dry side, but yeah, I missed a little edge there, and I got a little bit of a mess there. I couldn't really see because of the glare in my lights. Yours probably won't be like that because you don't have studio lighting above you, but it gives you an idea of the kind of contrast you can get there between the different layers. So there you go. That's what this little set is. Now this set is available on the website already, and it's going to be a normal part of their offerings. It will be $65 for the set with all three of. Goodness. With all three of these wax seals and the three waxes to match them. So it's $65 for these. You can also buy the waxes themselves. It will be $4.50 a stick, and you can get those separately. I don't believe they're selling these separately. I think this is only as a set. So I did the maths, and that makes the if we just use these at regular price, that makes these $17 each, which is actually pretty darn good. If you buy a handle and a wax seal like this separately at Papier Plume, it would be about $25 depending on the handle. So 17 is actually a pretty good discount for these if you get them as a set. So pretty nice. Also, these are really good looking seals that make a really nice impression. I'm looking forward to using these. Some of my very favorite, very nostalgic scents. So there you go. Thanks very much to Papier Plume for sending these out. Check out the blossoms on the Potomac and these wax seal sets at the DC Pen Show and online at papierplume.com. And y'all see me in another video soon. Until then, think about what you put out in the world, make it a better place. Peace out, y'all.